Hello students, today we will see the second part in Unit 3 History, that is Rural Life and Society. So we have completed up to the British government, so that introduced three major land revenue system. So they are permanent settlement, Mahalwari system and the Rayatwari system. So we have learnt about the merits and demerits of the land revenue system which is introduced by the British people. So today we'll start with the revolts of peasants, that is the revolts of the farmers. Peasants revolts. So the land revenue system which is introduced by the British, so it didn't give any benefits to the farmers. Instead of that, the farmers find difficult to survive their life. So they started their revolt against the British people. The British rule in India, it brought many changes in the agrarian system. Agrarian system means in the agricultural system. So the British rule which is in India, it brought many changes in the agricultural system. So the old agriculture system is totally collapsed under the new system. So the ownership of land, it was given to the zamindars. So this thing we have learned, right? Ownership of the land is given to zamindars. So started collecting money from the farmers as much as possible. So after that, the farmers, they started their revolts in the 19th and the 20th century. So we are going to see about the revolts of the farmers now. So first revolt of farmers is the Sandal Rebellion, which has happened in the year of 1855 to 1856. So there is a land which is near to the hills of Rajmahal. Okay, a land which is near to the hills of Rajmahal in Bihar, and it was cultivated. It was cultivated by the Sandal people. Okay, there is a land and it is near to the Rajmahal hill in Bihar. The land was cultivated by the Sandal peoples. The landlords, hope you know what is landlords, right? The landlords and the money lenders. Money lenders means in Tamil we'll call it as they'll give money for some interest, அதாவது வட்டிக்கு பணம் கொடுக்கறவங்க. Okay, and the landlords and the money lenders, they started occupying the land from the farmers. They are grabbing the land from the farmers. In which area? In the hills of Rajmahal in Bihar. So this created a bitter resentment among them. Resentment means a misunderstanding among the people, that is among Sandals and the landlords and money lenders. So the Sandal people, they started their revolt. So this Sandal rebellion is guided by two Sandal brothers. The brothers' names are Sidhu and Kanu. So they started the Sandal rebellion in Rajmahal hills. So under their leadership, thousands of Sandals, so they involved in the rebellion. So the Sandal people, they started attack the houses of British officers, railway engineers, zamindars and the money lenders. So this rebellion of Sandals, it continued till February 1856. After that, the leaders of this Sandal rebellion is captured, and then the rebellion came to an end. So the government declared that the Parganas inhabited by them as Sandal Parganas, so that their land and identity could be safeguarded from external encroachments. Parganas means areas. So the government declared the area in which the Sandal people are living. So it declared it as a Sandal Parganas. Okay, and their lands are safe now. So there is no rights for anyone to occupy the land of Sandal peoples. So the Sandal people, they stay under the hills of Rajmahal in Bihar. Their land was occupied by the moneylenders and the zamindars. So they started their revolt. The Sandal rebellion was guided by two brothers, that is Sidhu and Kanu. So under his leadership, thousands of Sandals, they started their revolt against the British people. So the houses of British officers, railway engineers and moneylenders were attacked by the Santhal people. So it continued till 1856. So after that, the government declared an act, that is the Parganas, which is belong to the Santhal people, is declared as Santhal Parganas, and no one has the right to occupy the land of Santhal people. So that's all. Santhal rebellion is over. Next one is Indigo Revolt. It happens in the year of 1859 to 1860. So in Bengal, the farmers are forced to grow the indigo plant. So it is a type of plant which is used for hair dye. So the farmers are forced to grow the indigo plant by the European indigo planters. So they compel the tenant farmers to grow the indigo, and also they force the tenant farmers to sell it for a cheap rate. They are the tenant farmers, no, so they want to pay the rent to the European indigo planters. So it was collected by them in advance. So முன்கூட்டியே வந்து அந்த rent amount வந்து முன்னாடியே வாங்கிடுறாங்க. Okay, so they force the farmer to plant the indigo, and also they force them to sell it for a cheap rate. There were also cases of kidnapping, looting, flogging and burning. Hope you know about what is kidnapping, right? Looting means in Tamil we will call it as கொள்ளையடிக்கிறது. Okay, and flogging and then burning. Digambar Biswas and Vishnu Charan Biswas. So these two people, they are the ryots of Nadia district. So they are the farmers of Nadia district. They started the revolt, but it was given when the revolt is suppressed by the European planters. So the factories were burnt and the revolt spread. So after that, the government should take an action to control the situation, no. So they set up an Indigo Commission in the year of 1860, and whose recommendation formed part of the Act 6 of 1862. After that, the indigo planters, that is the farmers who belongs to Bengal, they moved to the place of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. The newspaper, so the name of the newspaper is Hindu Patriot. So it tried many times to bring out the difficulties which is led by the Bengal people, that is the Bengal cultivators. And also the person whose name is Dinabandhu Mitra, he wrote a drama. The name of that drama is Nil Darpan. So it is related. It tells about the difficulties of the indigo cultivators who lived in Bengal. Now we'll see the overall story of indigo revolt. So the farmers who lived in Bengal are forced by the European planters to grow indigo plant. Okay, and also they are forced to give land rent in advance, and they forced to sell it at a cheap rate. So Digambar Biswas and Vishnu Charan Biswas, they started their revolt in the Nadia district, and it was suppressed by the European planters. So after that, the revolt has spread. Many industries and many factories are burnt. To take the situation in control, the government set up a mission which is called Indigo Mission in the year of 1860. After that, the farmers who belongs to Bengal, they moved to Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. So the difficulties of farmers are light out by the newspaper Hindu Patriot, and also Dinabandhu Mitra. So he is a person, he wrote a drama which is named as Nil Darpan. So it also tells about the miseries of the people, the farmer, they lived in Bengal. So that's all. Indigo revolt is over. Next we'll see about the Patna revolt, which happens in 1873 to 76. So this is a revolt of farmers against to the zamindars. So it is started in a place Yusuf Sahi Pargana of Pabna in Bengal. Okay, so this revolt is against to the zamindars, and it was led by Keshav Chandra Rai. So we have learned that the zamindars, they'll collect the money, they'll collect the land rent or a land tax from the farmers, no. So they started to collect it by illegal means of forced levy absorbs enhanced rent and so on. So the zamindars, they started to collect money from the farmers in an illegal manner. So like they'll collect the higher amount as a rent, they'll declare the increased rent. So this make the farmers to revolt against the zamindars. Large crowds of peasants, that is the farmers, number of farmers, many farmers, they gathered together and marched through the villages, and they tried to influence the other farmers to join with them. They collect the funds from the farmers, and also this struggle of farmers, so it spread throughout Pabna and also the other districts of East Bengal. So they formed the agrarian leagues, that is the agriculture leagues. They formed the groups, and the group of farmers, that is they organized as a group, right? So they started of looting of the houses of the zamindars. Looting means in Tamil we'll call it as kollaiyadigkirathu. So they started to loot the houses of the zamindars, and also they attacked the police stations. So when the police, so they started to execute the court order. So the police station is also attacked by the farmers. So few zamindars and the agent of zamindars were killed, and also they are seriously injured. So at last they developed the ability to combine together and to form an organized association for their peace. Deccan riots, it happens in the year of 1875 in the district of Pune. So in this revolt, the peasant, they revolt against to the local money lenders. So why they revolt against to the local money lenders? Because the land of farmers are grabbed by the money lenders. So they started their revolt. This revolt is spread when the people, they started to force the money lender from the village, and they captured his property. So after that, this revolt spread over 33 villages, and also the farmers, they started to loot the property of Marwari Saukars. So when they forced the money lender and captured their property, this revolt was spread and it was controlled by the army. So at last they form an act which is known as Deccan Agriculturist Relief Act. So with this act, the problems of the farmers are solved, and their lands are safeguarded now. So by this act, Deccan Agriculturist Relief Act. Thank you, students.